The story begins with our main character, an orphan with no parents. He uses an app, and people talk about how poor and young he is. He has 3 brothers, and his parents are disabled. Despite everything, he works hard to earn money for them. But the truth is, his parents had already passed away. The protagonist shares that he currently works as a streamer, earning money from generous donations given by various people, mainly older women. However, something happens that shakes his reality. He witnesses the sudden appearance of a mysterious portal. Emerging from it is an entity that calls itself the Great Enskad and claims to have control over everything in this place. People are stunned, and some panic, trying to escape, but they are told that leaving is impossible. The entity demands that they respond to its summons and become its glorious warriors. It warns them that escaping is futile and gives them 10 minutes to adjust before assigning them their first quest. The protagonist is bewildered, feeling like he's been thrown into a surreal, game-like scenario. He notices that some people try to call for help, but their phones do not connect. One man, overwhelmed with panic, throws a bench in frustration. However, instead of simply crashing to the ground, the bench eerily returns and strikes him, killing him instantly. Fear grips everyone. The protagonist checks his phone and finds a strange message. "This gift is for your distant future. I hope you use it wisely to move forward." The message reveals that he has received something from a lottery system, a talent lottery, which grants different abilities. Observing the reactions around him, he realizes that no one else has received this power, only him. He wonders if his ability is some kind of cheat. As he clicks draw, a brilliant light flashes, forcing him to shut his eyes. As the dazzling energy swirls around him, he feels a surge of power. His cheat skill has now become part of him. Looking around, he feels an unexpected confidence. His abilities start unfolding. He discovers he can consume even rotten food without falling sick. Another skill, Master of Leaping, allows him to jump incredibly far. He scoffs at the seemingly useless abilities. Then, he sees something truly mythical, another skill labeled as Mythical Tech. As he examines it, he realizes this ability grants him the power to control in-game characters, almost as if he can take over their bodies. With this newfound confidence, he no longer feels fear. Instead, he is calm, focused, and ready to face whatever comes next. Soon, another revelation occurs. He possesses a talent called Kept Man. This ability affects his interactions with women. Those stronger than him will develop a liking for him. However, men are also included, perhaps influencers or higher status individuals. Meanwhile, the system warns that those weaker than him might have unpredictable reactions. Feeling overwhelmed by his growing list of abilities, energy floods his body, causing a headache. Suddenly, floating information panels appear above everyone, revealing their stats and conditions. He realizes that he can defeat weaker characters, but hesitates should he really harm someone just because he has power. Among the figures, he notices a particular female character, strong, highly capable, and trained in combat. She could defeat him effortlessly in a single punch. Yet, his Kept Man ability activates, causing her to develop an instant fondness for him. Something unexpected happens. She blushes, her demeanor shifts, and she calls him little brother, acting as if she knows him well. He questions whether he truly appears young, though his face doesn't resemble a typical child's. Despite the odd interaction, he recognizes that she is sharp, alert, and aware of their surroundings. The story continues as they navigate this strange world, filled with uncertainty and unexplored potential. The protagonist realizes that his talent is working, allowing him to attract attention. He reassures a girl that she has nothing to worry about, explaining that he never meant to imply she was bad. Instead, he's just surprised. He starts thinking that if this girl is capable of fighting, she would be an excellent partner, and building a relationship with her could be beneficial. She apologizes for misunderstanding and reassures him, saying, "You have nothing to worry about. I will protect you." The protagonist thanks her, and they begin moving forward. Soon, the girl asks for his name and wonders if he's a middle school student. He introduces himself as Lin and tells her she can call him Little Mouse. He explains that he's actually a first-year high school student, a freshman. She reacts with surprise, telling him that her name is also Lin. "You can just call me you," she says. Just then, Another individual warns Lin to be careful about interacting with people in this situation, it might cause trouble. However, Yu confidently reassures them, insisting that she isn't in any danger. The protagonist observes the situation and realizes that Yu is likely wealthy, considering that she has a personal bodyguard. He thinks to himself, jackpot. He takes a closer look at the bodyguard and finds out that he's a professional boxer, highly dangerous. The system warns him to stay away from the bodyguard, as laws may not apply in this chaotic place, making some individuals extremely dangerous. Suddenly, a voice echoes through the air. A figure appears and announces, "You are the chosen ones. You have now fully realized that everything happening to you is for your benefit. You come from a civilized world, one free from fear, war, and death. But you cannot become warriors just yet." It continues, "Your first task is to clear a dungeon. This will be an instant dungeon where you will receive random rewards and encounter monsters that you must defeat." The protagonist watches the scene unfold, wondering how this entity, which calls itself an ancient god, is orchestrating all this. He inspects the being, noting that it appears friendly but possesses unimaginable power. The system warns him, "You are incredibly weak compared to it. You are fortunate to have a female ally. Your kept man talent is working, making her friendly toward you." The protagonist suddenly has a realization. Wait, is this god male or female? If it's female, then perhaps his talent is influencing it too, making it friendly toward him. Amused, he wonders if his ability is really this powerful. The entity continues, "Some of you are weaker than others, and that concerns me. I will be merciful, I will not let you die so easily. If you fall in battle, your death will not be permanent, but the pain you experience will be real. It will serve as a lesson for you." The entity instructs them, "You must fight. Show me your skills, I am watching and waiting for some of you to step up." As the protagonist looks around, he notices an increasing number of people. The dungeon appears to be insect-related. Some individuals express their hatred for spiders. The protagonist wonders where Yu and her bodyguard have gone, realizing that it might be difficult to find them in this environment. At first, he thinks the spiders aren't a big deal. But then he realizes that they are enormous and genuinely frightening. A few people start attacking them, and chaos erupts. One of the warriors shouts, "They're just spiders. What's the big deal? Hurry up and kill them." The protagonist then reflects, as predators, we can use strategy, intelligence, and weapons to defeat them. A system alert appears, indicating that one of the warriors is slightly stronger than the protagonist, but, unfortunately, he has no interest in him. The protagonist muses, "I need to find a stronger individual who is interested." Thinking more about his kept man talent, he realizes something odd. Wait a minute. This skill doesn't actually make people fall in love, it just makes them friendly toward me. Suddenly, a loud noise fills the air as a pathway appears. The system announces, "Your first quest has arrived." The system explains, during the breeding season, spiders become extremely aggressive. Because of this, the instant dungeon has been modified accordingly. The monsters you will face have limited intelligence, but they will attack relentlessly. A discussion erupts among the group. "Do we really have to go inside together?" one asks. "What happens if someone gets left behind?" another wonders. The protagonist considers, "It might actually be better for us to move in smaller teams, we can support each other without making too much noise." He remembers that the ancient god mentioned that their deaths wouldn't be permanent. If they attack the monsters directly, it won't be as dangerous as it seems, since they can be revived. The mission requires them to enter the dungeon and survive for a full minute. But that minute will be terrifying because the alpha spider will emerge. Everyone protests, "We hate spiders." Despite the hesitation, they prepare for battle. One of the warriors reminds them, "The ancient god said that each group should have 10 members. But we only have 9, why?" Another responds, "Looks like you forgot the boy we left behind. We need to count him too." The group dismisses the boy, believing he won't be useful. "We'll keep him in the back, he won't contribute much anyway." Another mutters, "If we let him lead, we'll all die." Even worse, some speculate that the boy is weaker than you. The protagonist watches the conversation unfold, realizing that the group's dynamic is beginning to shift. As the protagonist moves further back, someone points out that if the alpha spider arrives, it will target him first since he is farthest behind. The group debates whether this situation is fair, but eventually, they dismiss any concerns. Life and death are inevitable, someone mutters. Suddenly, the spider attacks directly, and the girl near the protagonist is struck down. He watches in shock as the spider devours her almost instantly. She died so quickly, he thinks, horrified. Panic spreads through the group. Run. Someone shouts, and chaos erupts as people begin to flee. Even the leader is running. The protagonist stands there, baffled. Is this a joke? How can the leader abandon everyone? The spider approaches rapidly, forcing the protagonist to reconsider. He wonders why he should worry about others when he is the one trapped in danger. Realizing that no one will help him, he picks up a rock, preparing to attack. However, as he readies himself to fight, the system unexpectedly alerts him the spider has become friendly toward him. His ability activates, revealing that this particular monster is weak but still capable of crushing him effortlessly. The system advises against attacking. The spider isn't going to harm him. Is this really happening? He wonders. He cautiously moves away but soon realizes something: his talent is protecting him, and that's incredible. However, he starts questioning why the spider is following him so persistently. Is this part of the effect? He thinks. Contemplating his advantage, he muses, if I kill this spider, I'll be in the clear. But as he prepares to strike, the spider gazes at him with innocent eyes. It's acting, cute. Feeling conflicted, he hesitates. In frustration, he throws the rock away. I can't do this. Killing it seems unethical, he admits. Since the spider isn't hostile, attacking would be wrong. 3 minutes pass, and he continues observing the creature. As he studies it, he realizes something important: the monster is highly dangerous. It surpasses him in speed, strength, and attack power. Though it is slightly less powerful than Yu's bodyguard compared to himself, it is overwhelmingly superior. If I try a sneak attack, it might still be difficult to defeat it, he thinks. Yet, despite the spider's monstrous abilities, it doesn't appear to intentionally hunt humans. Still, it had killed that girl so effortlessly. The ancient god arranged everything this way, believing they must face monsters as warriors. Opening his system, the protagonist checks his stats. Among them is an unfamiliar ability: mentality art. What is this? He wonders, could this be linked to my talent? Does this superior ability grant me something extra? He tries activating it, but nothing happens. Frustrated, he realizes he's overthinking things. At least the talent that protects me is working, he acknowledges. He decides to explore, reasoning that sooner or later, he will encounter someone strong enough to kill the spiders. Moving deeper into the dungeon, he finds corpses scattered everywhere. The deeper I go, the more bodies I see, he thinks. 2 spiders appear, and he notices that different groups have split up. Despite this, many people have already died. As he continues forward, he sees more fallen spiders. Someone must have killed them with a powerful skill, he realizes. Then, he comes across a shocking sight: the leader has been killed. How impressive. He managed to take down 2 spiders, the protagonist muses. But as he turns around, he sees something worse: an army of spiders approaching from behind. If anyone sees this, they'll wonder why so many spiders are following me, he thinks. Fortunately, his talent is keeping him safe. He reaches what appears to be a central area, where he finds something unexpected: a massive spider lying dormant. As he steps closer, the creature awakens, fully revealing itself. The protagonist prepares for danger, but instead, the system informs him, this creature is extremely friendly toward you. This must be the ultimate boss of the dungeon, he realizes. Yet, it isn't attacking him. His ability is affecting even this creature. The ancient god had mentioned that reaching the depths of this place would require great effort, but surprisingly, the protagonist hadn't fought a single monster yet. Here he was. Did I just complete the mission without even battling? He wonders. Then, things take a bizarre turn. The giant spider nudges him gently, leading him somewhere. Bewildered, he follows. Where are they taking me? What is happening? He asks himself. Gradually, a strange thought crosses his mind. Do they want to pair me with someone? Are they looking for a husband for their sister, a father for their offspring? As the protagonist is led deeper into their domain, his mind races with possibilities. One thing is certain, he has entered an entirely unexpected turn in this bizarre dungeon. As the protagonist stands there, the large spider moves toward him. He introduces himself. "My name is How, you can call me Little Mouse." He wonders how he should address the creature. "Should I say my lady?" Unexpectedly, the spider places its cold hands on his face. How shivers slightly, realizing how chilled they feel. "Your hands are so cold, but they feel quite nice," he says. He then thinks, "Wait, isn't this too direct? Shouldn't we at least be talking before touching?" The spider then gently places a hand over his mouth and begins pulling at his clothes. "Stop, stop. I've never done anything like this before," How protests. The spider ignores his words and continues, eventually binding him. Moments pass, and suddenly, the scene shifts. How had feared that he would lose his dignity, but unexpectedly, the spider instead dresses him in an elegant outfit. Looking at himself, he realizes she has chosen a formal suit, something completely unexpected. She fulfilled her desire, the system announces. She is happy, and your friendliness level will not decrease. The protagonist listens as the system remarks, "I must admit, I'm jealous." He realizes that this spider was never trying to harm him, rather, she simply wanted to dress him up. Well, that wasn't too weird, he thinks. He thanks her, saying, "I appreciate it. How about I help you clean up this room?" She nods, indicating approval, and gently moves aside to reveal something hidden, a treasure. "You're giving this to me?" Hao asks, surprised. As he prepares to open it, an unexpected voice echoes through the space. It's the ancient god. "I didn't expect someone to reach this point without defeating a single monster," the god states. "Yet, here you are, and you will still receive your reward." Hao looks around but notices that no one else reacts to the voice. Does this mean I'm the only one who can hear it? He wonders. He responds, "Thank you. Because of your guidance, I made it here. Since I completed the mission perfectly, do I get any additional rewards?" The god confirms, "Yes, you have received a reward that was originally impossible to obtain." Hao excitedly opens the chest and finds a book inside. He examines it and realizes it's an elite tome, something of high quality. The system informs him, "Touch it, and you will receive its knowledge." Hao hesitates. Is this really happening, he thinks. As soon as he places his hand on the book, a radiant light pours from its pages, sending information directly into his mind. This is incredible. "I've just acquired a new skill," he exclaims. He learns that he now possesses the power of monster contract, allowing him to form bonds with monsters and have them serve him. However, for now, he can only have a single contracted monster. If he wants to increase his limit, he will need to cultivate his ability further. Reading through the book, Hao sighs, frustrated. How do I cultivate my skill? The book doesn't explain that part. The system informs him, during battles, you will be able to summon any monster you have a contract with. They will follow your commands. Hao grins. This is perfect. Unlike traditional warriors, who wield swords and fight head-on, I can stay in the background and let my contracted monsters do the fighting. As the book emits another pulse of light, a prompt appears before him. Would you like to exchange your class? The system asks. Hao hesitates for a moment, then clicks accept. A bright flash surrounds him. Wait, does exchanging my class mean my previous skills will be replaced? He worries. Suddenly, a mark appears on his hand, indicating his new class. He realizes that with just a single touch, he can sense how difficult it will be to form contracts with different monsters. As he glances around, he notices difficulty levels displayed for each creature present. To his surprise, many of them have low resistance. It would be easy to form contracts with them. These are all minor monsters, he thinks. Their mental resistance is weaker than mine, so forming a contract should be simple. Since the monsters had already been following him due to his kept man talent, it makes sense that they'd accept contracts easily. Then, he turns his attention toward Boobas, the massive spider creature he had just interacted with. My lady, do you need anything from me? He asks. She seems to be trying to communicate something, but Hao can't quite understand her. He focuses, and the system reveals that forming a contract with her would be remarkably easy. That's strange, he thinks. She's supposed to be the dungeon's final boss, yet making a contract with her is extremely simple. Checking her stats, he finds that her mentality level is 6, while his mentality art is only 2. Is that slight difference all it takes, he wonders. Even though Boobas is far more powerful than him, he realizes that his talent is working exceptionally well. This will be incredibly useful for future contracts with stronger monsters. Turning back to the ancient god, he asks, I've just become a monster contract master. Can I form a contract with Boobas? The god thinks for a moment before replying, yes, forming a contract with her does not violate the dungeon's rules. Hao reflects, understanding the gravity of the situation. This place is filled with darkness, and she has been guarding it for so long alone. He sympathizes with Boobas, sensing her loneliness. I know what it feels like to be alone, he murmurs. Not that solitude is always bad, but I've already adjusted to it. The god nods, affirming that the contract will work. Hao proceeds, initiating the contract with Boobas. Take care of me in the future, he says. A bright glow surrounds Boobas, and she suddenly vanishes, entering Hao's shadow. This means she remain with me wherever I go, he realizes. I can summon her whenever I need. The system then announces, the boss has been defeated. Everyone is returning, despite knowing Boobas is still with him. The system assumes she has died, triggering the completion of the mission. Since the system believes she's gone, that means the mission is officially over. As Hao watches, he suddenly senses something new, the feelings of Boobas. Does this mean she has no emotions of her own? He wonders. If that's the case, maybe it's better this way. A teleportation sequence begins, transporting everyone back. As they materialize in the original world, the system announces, quest complete. Rewards will be given to those who defeated monsters. As the system finalized the quest results, everyone received their rewards. Points and credits appeared on their personal panels, displaying details about their performance. One individual excitedly said, I got 10 points. Can I check yours? Another replied hesitantly, I'm a little worried. I have 11 points. The protagonist observed his surroundings and realized he couldn't see other players' panels. That means information can't be shared between us, he concluded. Then, the system announced, you have all received your initial rewards. You now have 1 hour to adapt. Use this time to form new teams so you can properly survive the upcoming challenges. The protagonist took a deep breath. So, I have to form a team again. Alright, let's check how many points I received, he thought. Looking at his panel, he saw that his point total was 0. What? This panel feels fake compared to the one I saw earlier. He muttered ... As he pondered, voices filled the air. Others began discussing what had happened in the dungeon. Was the dungeon really that dangerous? Did you get hurt? Someone asked him. The protagonist was about to respond but decided against it. It's better if I don't talk about it. Meanwhile, Boobas, the spider queen he had bonded with, seemed irritated. He could sense her anger, as her presence within his shadow trembled. Is she upset? He wondered. Can she actually sense reality from inside my shadow? Ordinarily, Boobas wouldn't be able to reveal information about the protagonist, especially after signing a contract with him. That meant she couldn't go against him or harm Bashi, the girl he had befriended. Just then, someone called out, Sister. You forgot that the ancient god mentioned that this was only an adjustment mission, so not everyone died. Bashi sighed in relief. I was really worried about you, she admitted. The protagonist reassured her. Yeah, it was terrifying, but I kept thinking about you the whole time. I know my sister needs me. If I had died back there, who knows what would have happened. As he reflected, he made a firm decision. He couldn't let Bashi go. She might become incredibly valuable in the future. Shifting his focus, he checked his instant dungeon reward points. Bashi proudly declared, I got 40 points. Really? I haven't checked mine yet. Let's see, he replied. Clicking his panel, he saw that his rank was 3051, with 0 points. What? No points at all. Is this because I didn't kill any monsters? He thought. That's so unfair. I completed the mission. The system clarified, players who did not defeat monsters received 0 points. The protagonist sighed. This rule is clearly encouraging competition. Despite his frustration, the system reassured him, even though you have 0 points, you are ranked within the top 3,000 players. That means the ancient god recognized your efforts. Feeling slightly better, he looked at Bashi's ranking and noticed that her position wasn't bad either. Then, He scanned the top 10 rankings and discovered that his brother held the 10th place spot. Bashi's expression changed. Brother actually placed 10th. She muttered. She approached the protagonist. Little mouse, I came here to talk to you. My brother has gathered many strong survivors in this strange world, and he's leading them to safety. She smiled warmly. I've been searching for you so I can take you to him. She continued. He's extremely skilled at fighting, so being with him would make you much safer. The protagonist considered her words. If I go with them, I'll be protected. Just then, a different scene unfolded. In another part of the area, survivors were gathered. Some appeared to be forming their own power groups. Did that guy seriously recruit thugs? Someone muttered. The protagonist approached the group cautiously, observing their conversations. One individual declared, "This will be my final warning. You need to understand that social positions no longer matter in this world. Power is the only thing that matters." He continued, "Even in a dangerous situation, I met a high-class lawyer but he begged before me like a dog. In this world, only power is reliable." A sharp realization struck the protagonist. Some survivors had already begun discarding morality in this new world. One of them continued, "I've noticed something strange about you. You want to earn more points, don't you? If that's the case, eliminate all weak individuals including women and children." The protagonist gasped. Are they really forcing people out, even kids? The spiders will kill them because of you, another stated coldly. The protagonist saw the horrific scene unfolding before him. People were being driven out. He recalled how the same individual had acted earlier but had now changed completely. You started with minor actions at first, someone pointed out. But now, what exactly are you trying to do? The leader smirked. Of course, I want to use my power. These people are already loyal to me, they're ready to follow my lead. He turned toward a girl and confidently declared, "Become mine." Gasps echoed through the group. "We will become the most capable warriors under the ancient god," he announced. Some people stepped back. "I can't believe you just revealed your true nature so openly," one muttered. "Just hours ago, we were living in civilized society and now you're embracing brutality." Another question. Bashi whispered. "Some of them have already turned cruel. But at least I won't become like them." The protagonist studied Bashi's bodyguard. "He's arrogant. I don't trust him. If I want to avoid trouble, I should focus on Bashi and get out of here." One of the strong fighters turned toward the protagonist. "Let's check your points." The system displayed 0 points. He scoffed. "0, you're just a loser. You survive by pleasing women in this society," he sneered. "Even in the normal world, your survival chances would have been low." More voices joined in, mocking the protagonist. "You're moving forward too fast." Another smirked, "Or maybe not fast enough, but honestly, your strategy hasn't been terrible so far." Then, someone leaned in. "Join me, we can accomplish great things together." The tension in the air grew as the protagonist's group faced a dilemma. One of the stronger individuals criticized, "You're too soft-hearted. You're bringing this weakling along, but he's useless to us." Another stepped forward. "He has nothing to do with you. If you've become this way, then we must separate and find a new path," she declared, turning to leave. The protagonist protested. "Wait," he looked her in the eyes and said, "Your talent is remarkable, and I truly care for you. Do you really think I'll just let you walk away?" She frowned, trying to decipher his intentions. "What are you planning?" she asked warily. "This is the ancient god's main city, so harming others is forbidden here," she reminded him. The protagonist smirked. "True, but I've already secured my place in the top 10 rankings. I have plenty of points, and I'm not alone. Many other top 10 players stand with me. If we team up, we can achieve great things together." She scoffed. "Don't dream too big. I won't let you use me to achieve your ambitions." "It's not up to you to decide," he replied firmly. "Just because fighting is forbidden here doesn't mean I can't do anything." He leaned in slightly. "Once this phase ends, you will belong to me." Her frustration boiled over. "You truly lack shame," she spat. Determined to leave, she turned back to her companions. "Let's go, we need to escape these lunatics. Once we reach Main Street, they won't be able to do anything." The protagonist's adversary smirked. "If you were alone, you might have escaped, but you're bringing this weakling with you. That changes everything. His voice darkened, and he stepped forward. If I kill her, I'll capture you, he threatened. The girl's mind raced. She couldn't abandon the protagonist. She clenched her fists, realizing she had to fight. You're far too kind-hearted. The aggressor sneered. You're wasting time worrying about this loser. Another fighter interjected. Boss, we can't kill anyone here. If we do, we might face punishment. The aggressor laughed. Punishment? What will happen to us? The ancient god never said we can't kill in the city. Another hesitated. Still, he has 0 points. If we kill him, the system might not even register it as a significant loss. The protagonist's mind raced. He realized he was in serious danger. They're really planning to attack me. This isn't fair. Determined, he thought, I need to summon Boobas the spider to end this. The aggressor smirked. You're worthless. Someone like you deserves this fate. Another follower echoed. Boss made his decision. Sorry, but we have to do this. The girl defending the protagonist prepared to fight back. Do you really think we'll just let you win? She shouted. The aggressor laughed darkly. Let's see how punishment works here. As panic surged through the protagonist, he realized he couldn't just stand still. If punishment existed for murder, he needed to act now. Summoning his strength, he declared, I refuse to die here. Suddenly, a brilliant light flashed, and Boobas emerged from his shadow. Gasps filled the air. The aggressors stiffened in terror. Prepare yourselves, the protagonist warned. One of them pointed at Boobas. Wait. Isn't that the same spider monster from before? Another murmured. She even urinated on the battlefield back then. The protagonist smirked. Now attack them. Boobas charged forward, striking one of the men. The protagonist observed the chaos unfold and realized something. There's no punishment for this. That means we're free to fight back. He shouted, Boobas, eliminate them all. As the battle erupted, the fighters panicked. One of them muttered, What the hell is happening? Why is a spider helping him? Another gasped, This monster, it's far deadlier than any spider we fought in the dungeon. A strong fighter collapsed, realizing his mistake. I was blind. I didn't recognize your power, he begged. Please, forgive me. Spare me. Even the female fighter looked at the protagonist in awe. What? He's kneeling before him. The defeated fighter pleaded. You're not a loser. You're powerful. The protagonist narrowed his eyes. Consider everything you said earlier as nonsense. Another fighter tried to save himself. Miss, I've worked for years to protect people like you. I've caught thieves and stopped criminals for you. Please, don't let this happen. She stepped forward and struck him down, furious. Silence, you dare mention those things. I was blind to your true nature. She struck him repeatedly. The group observed as her anger erupted. Another whispered, She's not holding back. She just eliminated him instantly. The protagonist observed her power. Her skill is terrifying. Even though that guy was heavy, she defeated him effortlessly. Then, Boobas approached. The protagonist thought, I made the right choice by choosing her as my partner. She turned to him. I misjudged people before, she admitted. Because of me, you ended up in danger. The protagonist reassured her, Don't apologize. It's over now. She hesitated, then revealed, I was planning to escape earlier, but thankfully, you saved me. They looked toward the fallen enemy. What should we do with him? The protagonist thought, We can't take him with us. The enemy, pleading, whispered, Let me go. I can't even compete with you anymore. The system displayed his profile. He harbored revenge in his heart. The message was clear. He seeks to destroy you. Kill him. The protagonist faced his decision. Would he end it here, or spare him? The protagonist watched as the confrontation escalated. The girl hesitated but ultimately made her decision. Let him go. He was planning to kill me, and he was planning to kill MC. I have no right to intervene in this, she admitted. She glanced toward her bodyguard and sighed. If anyone deserves blame, it's the ancient god. This world has the power to turn ordinary people into monsters. The aggressor nodded. Fine. Your sister has already made the choice, so I'll spare you. You've begged enough. Let's leave this place. As the tension momentarily settled, Boobas the Spider Queen remained restless. The protagonist noticed her growing aggression. Sister Spider, are you still planning to attack him? He questioned. He calmly explained, I've formed a contract with the spider. She will attack anything that tries to harm me, but I can't control her if she senses danger. Suddenly, the aggressor fell to his knees, begging for forgiveness. Please, this is a misunderstanding. I never intended to kill MC, he pleaded, but Bubas's massive form loomed above him, and her eyes burned with hostility. Run. Reunite with those who have already died, she commanded. Before she could strike, a voice rang out, Stop. A powerful presence materialized in the air, halting the battle. The ancient god had arrived. The deity gazed down at the chaotic scene and declared, None of you may harm each other in this place. Everyone stiffened in shock. The protagonist realized what was happening. The system must have intervened because I've already survived extreme encounters. An enormous eye appeared overhead, scanning the area. You have violated the rules, it announced. However, because you bear the friendliness title, this will not be a major issue. Consider yourself lucky, the protagonist chuckled. So the system recognizes me as friendly. That explains why there were no consequences. His confidence grew, and he smirked. We are warriors. There's no reason for us to fight each other anyway. As the ancient god observed, the protagonist had an idea. I should test the system further. How far can I push this? He attempted to order Bubas to attack again. Spider's sister eliminate him. The system immediately intervened, repeating its warning. You cannot harm others here. The aggressor flinched, realizing the gravity of the situation. Just moments ago, you were so powerful, but now that the ancient god has arrived, why aren't you standing tall? He laughed nervously, trying to hide his fear. I've reported him. He killed 3 people, so punish him. Some of the warriors began praising the ancient god. Punish him. Deliver justice, the protagonist calmly observed the situation. The ancient god stopped Bubas from attacking, but it did not intervene against me directly. That's actually a good sign. A new warning appeared before him. You should not interact further. There is a limit. The female warrior hesitated, questioning the system's fairness. So he can't fully control the spider. Is that actually okay? The aggressor grew more desperate. He killed people, give him the proper punishment. If you don't stop him, he'll ruin your reputation before everyone else. The protagonist sighed. Actually, this works in my favor. He realized that if Bubas were removed, he'd be left without protection. That would make him vulnerable. His adversary smirked. If the spider disappears, you'll be completely exposed. I'll take you out myself. The protagonist tried to remain calm. Ancient god, I was unaware of the rules. I only acted because they tried to kill me first. A new prompt appeared in the system. Following this event, the rule will now be enforced. No one can harm each other in this place. The protagonist processed the change. Does this mean we're forbidden from killing people here, but we can still fight outside? Meanwhile, his enemy grew more frustrated. I can't believe he isn't being punished. He's too lucky. Another whispered, maybe he's cheating. The protagonist stepped forward. No one has injured me. You should stop as well. Bubas vanished into his shadow, awaiting his next command. The system made its final announcement. From now on, no one may harm another here. His companion whispered, Sister, we are safe now. Meanwhile, the aggressor struggled to accept reality. I refuse to believe this. How is he getting away with this? The ancient god suddenly intervened. A lightning strike crashed down, striking the aggressor directly. The protagonist watched as his enemy collapsed onto the ground. Looks like the trash landed in the trash. The system clarified, he is not dead, but the electricity severely damaged him. He broke the rule, and now he suffers the consequences. Despite barely surviving, the aggressor remained alive. This is a warning to all abide by the rules. The protagonist grinned, so we can't kill here. But we can fight outside. Bashi turned to him, curious. What exactly happened? Were you controlling the spider? He responded. I don't know. During the dungeon quest, the spider monster somehow recognized me as its master. I didn't plan to kill it. I was actually trying to run away, but it just wouldn't let me go. He paused, then continued, You were incredibly kind to me. That's why I wanted to protect you. The spider followed that instinct. Bashi smiled. You don't need to be afraid, little mouse. You did nothing wrong. Those people deserved punishment. The system made one final announcement: anyone who violates the rules will face their own punishment. At that moment, the protagonist noticed something strange. His body began to glow unexpectedly. What's happening to me? He muttered as his form started vanishing. Gasps filled the air. Did he just disappear? What's going on? One of his allies panicked. I hope he's safe, she whispered, unsure of what had just transpired. The scene shifted, and the protagonist suddenly reappeared elsewhere. He glanced around, processing what had happened. The ancient god is unpredictable. One moment it says something, and the next, it contradicts itself. I need to be extra careful in the future, he thought. Checking himself, he found that his body was unharmed, though the sudden transition had left him exhausted. I've suffered through a lot, he admitted. Honestly, if it weren't for you, I don't know what would have happened to me. He paused and looked around. Where is sister? Is she still here? Meanwhile, in another part of the area, a voice thundered across the realm. My beloved warriors. The protagonist turned sharply. What now? The voice continued. Before your official mission begins, I have an important announcement. All of you must pay close attention. A system notification appeared before every participant. Check your interface. You have all now been introduced to points. The announcement explained, points will be earned during missions and can be used to enhance your performance, acquire resources, and access new abilities. The protagonist read the details carefully. Points are rewarded for defeating monsters. The world operates entirely on a point system. Money does not exist. Points can be exchanged for weapons, potions, and survival gear. There is an equipment system that categorizes items into different tiers: unique, common, and rare. A designated headquarters exists where players can shop, rest, and prepare for missions. Outside objects cannot be used inside headquarters, but weapons can be used outside. People murmured in realization. So this is basically our safe zone, one observed. Another remarked, this means everything, from survival to battle depends entirely on points. The voice continued, your mission is now set. A massive screen displayed a new world, likely a forest biome. Unlike any previous worlds they had encountered, this area felt entirely unfamiliar. The protagonist reflected, so far, we've only been into places our real world and the dungeon. Now, this third world is opening up to us. A mission prompt appeared. World ID, hidden. Biological activity frequency, medium. Survival objective, adapt to and explore this world. Time limit, 2 months. Information gathering required. Learn more about this world. Point rewards. Points will be divided among explorers based on hunting and survival periods. Failure condition. If any player fails to earn points within 2 days, they will be eliminated. Gasps echoed throughout the crowd. Wait. Does that mean if we fail to hunt or earn points, we're kicked out? Someone exclaimed. The ancient god clarified. You cannot simply hide and avoid engaging in missions. If you fail to earn points, you will be forcefully removed. Another warning followed. In this world, there is no resurrection. The second chance you had before no longer applies. Every experience you have here will feel real, so tread carefully. People exchanged nervous glances. That means if we die for real. The protagonist understood the gravity of the situation. That means we have to play smart if we want to survive. Soon, players scattered to inspect the shop. The protagonist entered the marketplace, studying available resources. He muttered to himself, let's see what I can get. Scanning his interface, his heart sank 0 points. I can't exchange anything right now. Another realization struck him. The previous dungeon allowed resurrection, but now, that safety net was gone. This means I have to be extremely careful. Unlike before, any wrong move could lead to permanent death. Nearby, another player smirked. No points, huh? Then, I'll just use someone else to get them. The protagonist instinctively turned, sensing the predatory gaze of an individual. He immediately summoned Bashi, calling her forward. Relax, he reassured her. I'm only here to talk. She hesitated before responding. I'm not nervous. Their conversation shifted toward Boobas, the Spider Queen. The protagonist admitted, I'll be honest, this girl intimidates me a bit. He recalled the ancient god's warning, no one can harm others here. Bashi nodded. That rule still applies, right? But suddenly, someone bound the protagonist. His captor whispered, "What exactly are you trying to do?" Rather than escalate the conflict, the protagonist negotiated. "Let's talk this out." Internally, he pondered. This guy figured something out. If he doesn't attack me, the ancient god might still eliminate me if I fail to progress in the mission. His captor sneered. "Let's do business. I have lots of points. If you're interested, I might share some." The protagonist paused, so he's proposing a deal. He replied cautiously, "All right. What do you have in mind?" His captor grinned. "I'll make it simple, give me all your points, and we'll call things even." A cold realization struck the protagonist. He's planning to rob me. I only have 5 points, and I need some to stay alive. If I hand them all over, I'll be doomed. His tension deepened. Even Bashi observed the unfolding situation. Another message appeared. This individual has not given up yet. Be cautious. The protagonist studied him carefully. The negotiation was about to take a turn and his survival depended on the outcome. The protagonist analyzed the situation carefully. Is he just pretending to be tough? He wondered. His adversary smirked. "Listen, brother, it's not that I won't let you go, I simply can't." He pointed toward Boobas, the spider queen who had developed an unusual interest in the protagonist. "If you don't give me more points, I won't be able to handle her." A chilling thought crossed the protagonist's mind. Boobas had been measuring him. Checking his size, his adversary continued, "She wants to make you her living doll." The protagonist's stomach twisted. It's the nature of spiders to turn their enemies into living puppets to control them, the adversary explained. Even the ancient god doesn't care about this. If she turns you into her puppet, you won't be alive or dead, you'll exist in an empty state. He added, "No one will be able to hear your screams. You'll be useless." The protagonist shuddered. "If I lose all my points, I won't be able to survive. It's better if I die now." After some negotiation, he made an offer. "I can give you 80 points, no more," the system intervened. Warning, this individual has already accepted his fate. Finalize the deal. The protagonist initiated the transfer. "You are transferring 80 points. Do you accept?" He accepted. The system confirmed, "You have received the points. Your ranking remains unaffected." The protagonist sighed in relief. That was the best option. Later, he entered the marketplace, where books, potions, and resources were on display. There was a rush of people seeking supplies. He noticed that cheaper items were placed toward the front of the shop, leading to crowded shelves. Despite the chaos, the protagonist remained focused. "I'll get whatever's most useful." He spotted a wristwatch, priced at 40 points. "This should be worth it," he thought, grabbing it. After securing his basic supplies, he planned his next move. "I need to increase my power." His skill section revealed locked abilities. He reviewed available books. Some techniques cost up to 200 points. Others are common but still useful. His mentality technique book was available. He purchased it. As he activated the skill, the system displayed his current ability level, 0.01. "If I keep training this like a yoga technique, I'll grow stronger." Suddenly, a voice echoed behind him. "Hello, young man." A figure handed him a business card. The protagonist studied him. Is this guy a real estate salesman? Is he seriously still trying to work his old job inside this game? The man apologized. "Sorry, it's an old habit of mine. Whenever I meet someone, I invite them to join me." He continued, "I'd like to invite you to my team." His status displayed, level, 0, condition, healthy, neutral alignment, class, salesman. The system explained, even if he gets rejected thousands of times, he'll always return to his customers smiling and ready to convince them. The man warned the protagonist, "You've heard the rules. If you die in this mission, you die for real." "We should work together," the protagonist replied cautiously. "I'm already with my sister." He internally reflected, "Teaming up has its advantages, but I need a better plan." Before he could think further, a commanding voice interrupted. "Let him go." Another warrior stepped forward. The salesman protested, "You can't see it. He's not interested in joining your team." The newcomer studied the situation. "Captain Lu, are you interested in this guy?" Lu responded, "For now, I'm stepping away," the protagonist observed. Even in this world, There is still a sense of hierarchy. He realized, Lu outranks the salesman, so he's being respected even in a world with no structured human society. Lu turned toward him. If we're not teammates now, perhaps we'll collaborate in the future. As Lu walked away, the protagonist muttered, well, that wasn't a big deal. He then analyzed Lu's profile. Lu ranks 5th overall. Should I trust him? His panel showed a neutral status, yet his power level was impressive. Lu then turned to him. What's your name? The protagonist answered. He thought, this guy is no ordinary fighter, his attributes are far beyond the average. Lu then asked, why have you been following me? Were you planning to cheat me? The protagonist clarified, actually, he approached me because he wanted to make an offer. He reflected further, if someone comes to you offering resources, they probably want to use you in some way. Lu explained, I have 50 people in my team. I need a leader who can move us forward. The system displayed a notification. Lu has successfully gathered 50 team members within an hour. His leadership skills are exceptional. Despite his friendliness, something feels off. The protagonist hesitated. Why does something about him feel repelling? The protagonist thanked his acquaintance. I appreciate your kindness. I'm going to discuss things with my sister. As he walked away, he reflected on his situation. Before, I was weak and planned to team up with powerful people. But now, with Bashi and the spider, I can level up alone. He turned back and reassured them, you don't need to worry. There will always be a place for you in my team. Elsewhere, another character observed the situation with concern. If MC joins Captain's team, my position might be in danger. I need to talk to Captain about this, he assessed MC, noting his young age and inexperience. He listens to his sister. There's no point in forcing him to join. But why do I feel like there's some kind of tension between them? His suspicions grew, and he remarked, you two had some kind of incident between you, didn't you? The captain replied, you're very perceptive. Yes, there was a misunderstanding, but don't worry. If MC decides to join, I'll submit to his decision. I won't go against him. The observer was impressed. He's sharp, he already figured out the entire situation. Captain reassured, you don't need to be concerned. If MC joins us, there will be no conflict between you two. Besides, your attributes are higher than his, so you'll have the advantage. He handed him a supply package. Take these, they'll help you complete missions. The observer responded gratefully, thank you. You're very generous. Excitement filled his thoughts. I finally have resources to level up. MC is more powerful than me thanks to his spider, but if the spider disappears, he won't stand a chance against me. He smirked internally. I might not get revenge now, but even if it takes 10 years, I will. Meanwhile, MC named the Spider Queen. From now on, I'll call you sister. Suddenly, a voice echoed through the space. Boobas emerged, eagerly clinging to MC. She was happy. MC laughed. Looks like you really like that name, huh? Then, Boobas turned her attention elsewhere, signaling that someone was approaching. MC glanced in that direction and recognized the girl from earlier. She stepped forward and spoke. Finally, I found you. MC greeted her, surprised. Why are you here? She exhaled. I was waiting for you. Her voice grew solemn. First, I want to apologize. I'm very sorry for what my bodyguard did. She hesitated before adding, can you give me your hand? MC complied. All right, here you go. But you don't need to apologize. She shook her head. An apology is one thing, but a gift is another. I want you to have this. She handed him an amulet. MC inspected it. This item, it can block deadly injuries. His eyes widened. This costs 40 points. She's seriously giving me this. She smiled gently. Take care, all right. MC analyzed her intentions. Is she just really friendly? Or is she feeling guilty? The system displayed new information. She may not feel strongly attached to you, but she feels guilt. That's why she gave you this gift. She may even give you all her points if pressured. These kinds of individuals are extremely rare.